Leslie, I'm pretty much touching this tree. This tree is gigantic, and it is on residents Kelsey Jorstead and Jeremy Platt's home. Platt says that his sister gave him a call at work to tell him that there was a tree on his house, and he rushed home frantically. Platt says that the tree crashed right on his bedroom, so his bedroom is caved in. He says his home has water damage, and the ceiling is hardly there anymore. He says he still can't believe what's going on.
I mean, when I get a phone call from my dad and my sister saying there's a tree on my house, I'm going to be in a hurry to get home, and I was kind of, really worried about my animals.
Platt says that he's hoping that the insurance company can take care of the damages as soon as possible, and tonight they're staying with friends. Kendra, police say Rayshon Humphrey Jr. was coming out of this house behind me when he was shot just before 1 a.m. this morning. And now, nearly 24 hours later, neighbors say that they are still in shock about what happened.
Well, Gene, this is Ott's Auto Supply Company, which burned to the ground last summer when a former employee set it on fire. The owner says the store wouldn't be open today if it wasn't for the community rallying around him.
Leslie, this tree pretty much fell and split this house open. You can kind of see it. We're at 1024 South 16th Street, and people tell me that people have been cleaning up all over Quincy all day, and residents say it's like the community is coming together. Gene, the emergency management director is still trying to figure out what sent all this water behind me gushing into town this morning. Keith Goodhouse says there could have been a levee breach several miles away, but that's just a theory. He's really not sure yet. Goodhouse says there were 7 businesses with flood damage. There are 7 businesses with flood damage tonight, and they all had to evacuate around 10 this morning. Several roads, including Highway 15, were closed throughout the day, and authorities worked to get people out of town. Natalie, I'm going to step away from the camera shot right now so you can see what's going on behind me. As you can see, firefighters are still battling this fire with hoses. They're now heading into the 5th hour on scene, and it's still unclear how the fire started. This building houses offices on the lower level and apartments on the upper level. I talked with one apartment resident today after he escaped the building.
My girlfriend woke me up telling me there's a bunch of fire trucks outside, and I got up, went to check, see what was going on, and well, as you can see, lots of smoke, and firemen around said that the place was burning. Everyone needed to get out of the building.
No injuries have been reported yet. That's what firefighters say, and firefighters also say they expect the building to be a total loss. Leslie and Jean, I was out here earlier today, and firefighters were battling this fire for over 5 hours today, and right now they say there are no reported injuries, but I spoke to one resident today who says he will have to find another place to live. Students, faculty, and staff marched through Western Illinois University, holding signs with quotes like "Black Lives Matter" and "I Can't Breathe," directly relating to recent cases in Ferguson, Missouri and New York City when black men were killed by white police officers. Grand jurors chose not to indict the police officers in both cases.
That's something that really made us realize that we are still facing problems that we haven't faced in a while, and with that, the indictment case really took a toll on us. So we wanted to show that, that was wrong. Artenice Myrick is the president of the WIU Black Student Association. She says the Mike Brown case in particular spoke volumes to her and other students. It's not just black and white. There's gray in between the lines, and you really have to take a stand and look at it, and you may see a different side that you didn't see before. WIU academic advisor Ronald Pettigrew says students create change through their organization of peaceful protests.
That's how you change it. That's how you make people aware that everybody needs justice. Everybody needs to be heard. Everybody needs to be protected.
Pettigrew says people from all walks of life came out to show their support, and that is solidarity.
As you walked by, you saw not just black students, you saw white students, you saw community members, you saw professors. That's the difference.
People laughed and people cried as they remembered the 12-year-old boy they say was taken away far too soon. At today's funeral service, multiple young people, including one of Humphrey's cousins, shared poetry in tribute to someone she lost in a blink of an eye.
You didn't deserve this. It makes me sick to my stomach knowing that someone would want to hurt a young, handsome, smart, beautiful, and talented kid.
A student pastor at Grandview called Humphrey an example.
If our goal in life is to impact people, to move people's hearts in a positive way, Ray Humphrey Jr. did it.
One pastor's sermon was filled with memories of Humphrey's life, how he loved music, loved to rap, and was rarely seen without Beat headphones. But he says now Humphrey will leave behind an even bigger legacy.
Our son, who posthumously has become Quincy's son, gunned down before reaching the prime of his life.
The final words came from Humphrey's father, Ray Sr., who says he's ready to make a difference in this community in his son's name. He says gun violence in the community has gotten out of hand, and he wants to step up to make it a better place than it was during his son's life.
So Quincy, Illinois, I stand here today to let my son's name not go in vain. I will fight for him forever. We will get justice.
Bryant Clerkley, WGEM News, Quincy.
It's dangerous. You got to be, looking out for everybody else. We have had a few close calls.
Pittsfield firefighter Josh Clatt is speaking about the cramped conditions he works in. He says they have to pack 4 trucks in one building, and oftentimes they have to move one just to get to another one.
We got to the point where we didn't have to stack the trucks. The efficiency, the time, response, everything would just be so much smoother.
Assistant Chief Tom Reinhardt says as firefighter equipment advances, the outdated building is exposed.
Every vehicle that we buy tends to be bigger and taller than the last one, and it's just a safety issue. We want to be able to get the trucks in and out and not get anybody hurt.
That's why Mayor John Hayden says the department needs a new building. Hayden says the city took out a loan of $600,000 and they're going to fundraise to make up the difference. He says they want to kick off the fundraiser next month.
I think even so some bricks that some names could be in the foundation and in part of the building, a past fireman or anybody they might want to honor. That's one of the ways. A direct donation obviously we would take.